Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. In this episode, we'll be conquering the Water Temple, which is the 5th dungeon, the 6th? I think it's the 6th dungeon in Ocarina of Time 3D. So let's begin. This temple is widely considered one of the more difficult temples in the game. I personally don't think it's difficult at all. I actually think it's relatively straightforward, especially if you kind of take your time, but I guess I can see some of the confusion. Okay, let's get under some important things that need to be said. First of all, only thing you can use underwater is your hook shots. I don't try and use anything else. Secondly, the goal of the temple is to raise and lower the water level, but it's really just not as difficult as people. You don't have to change the water level that much. So you don't have to worry too much about it. But we're going to start out by going through this hallway, the one with the 2 torches. We're just going to head through this way, which is basically where we're going to find Ruto. Similar to how we found the Goron guy, you're going to find Ruto just chilling. Oh, you, if I'm right, Link? You're Link, aren't you? It's me, your fiancé, Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. I never forget the vows we made to each other 7 years ago. You're a terrible man to have kept me waiting for these 7 long years. But now is not the time to talk about love. I'm sure you've already seen it. Zora's domain, totally frozen. A young man named Sheik saved me from under the ice. But my father and the other Zoras have not yet. I want to save them all. I want to save Zora's domain. You have to help me. This is a request from me, the woman who's going to be your wife. Link, you have to help me destroy the evil monsters in the temple, okay? Inside the water temple, there are 3 places where you can change the water level. I'll lead the way. Follow me, quickly. Okay. And we never see her again. It would have been kind of cool if Ruto was like a companion you got in the dungeon. But nope. She disappears. But we are going to follow her. And basically, these lines are not in the original, but they're super helpful in this version because basically, remember that for later. Basically, they're the places you go to raise and lower the water level, which just makes everything substantially easier than it was originally. We're going to go in here and beat up some enemies with our big, awesome Goron sword, which just destroys everyone, and get the dungeon map. Now, there are a buttload of small keys in this dungeon, and I think that's where some of the confusion comes from. Like, there is a crap ton of small keys, and it's really easy to miss them. So we're going to do our best to get them in the smoothest order possible. Dungeon map is going to help with that. You get the dungeon map super early, which is helpful, and you also get the compass, I think, relatively early, which is also fairly helpful. Anyway, we're going to start by absolutely playing the wrong song. We're going to play Zelda's Lullaby, which is how you lower and raise the water level throughout the temple. Pretty straightforward. We already know how to do all this crap. Zelda's Lullaby, lower the water level to the very bottom. Then we can head down. Just drop down, you'll take some fall damage. But like, ooh, oh, never mind. Apparently you don't take fall damage. And we're going to take out our bow as well, because we got a little fire temple. You can't use sticks as an adult, which is kind of funny. You can also, if you want, I guess I could show it off. You can also use Din's Fire, which is kind of cool. I'm going to activate Hoya! And it will light both torches. And this is a way you can do, this is not the intended way at all. If you don't have Din's Fire, just go right here. Take out your bow. Let me just pull out my bow. Take out your bow. And you're just going to shoot it through and like that. And then you're going to light the torches. But Din's Fire is an alternative. These guys can only be, I guess they technically can. I know they can't be defeated with the bow, I don't think. But you can just use the hook shot. Probably easier. Just wait for them to open up their mouth and then hit them. And I believe that is our, yes, that is our first small key. There's a couple things we got to do before the big idea is before you open any locked door, you should have 2 small keys, except the very end. That's a good rule of thumb for this dungeon, for the most part, especially the first half of the dungeon. It's kind of important to remember that. We're going to go back here, which I believe leads to a gold Skulltula. Yes, it does. So we're going to take out our bombs, so we can just bomb the floor here. So we can get our first of 4 gold Skulltulas, I believe. There aren't too many gold Skulltulas in this dungeon. Can I take out my hookshot, please? Can you? You are incredibly annoying. I'm going to fully ignore you. I don't know why I shouldn't be spending my time on you. You're useless. I'm gonna go up here. I think there's 5 gold Skulltulas, but I'm not 100% sure, which I probably should be, but I'm not. So step on this switch to raise the water level, and this is kind of, it's not really, but it's kind of, it's a recurring puzzle where you can raise these dragon statues. And yeah, hit the switch as well, by the way, right there. It's a recurring idea that you will be claiming. Well, grab the gold Skulltula. These little statues will kind of be rising and falling as we go through the temple. There's a couple ones there. For the most part, the actual puzzles in this dungeon are incredibly simple. Just the confusion comes in some of the small keys are in really odd spots that are super easy to miss. So we're going to make sure we don't miss any of them. Alright, because that would be bad. Now this block we're going to push because later on it's important. And this is kind of, again, where some of the frustration in this temple comes. If you don't push this block, you can miss a small key, which is just super frustrating. Because we don't want to miss small keys, because then we have to backtrack, and nobody wants to backtrack after they missed something. But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to push this down, and we're going to head back here, which will lead us to a second small key, which is very helpful. This is kind of cool. I guess the puzzle idea is kind of cool. Hit the switch, and the water will come up. There is an odd amount of timed puzzles in this dungeon. Like, there is an incredibly... There's a ton of timed puzzles. Why? My guess is as good as yours. I don't know. So anyway, swim to this corner of the room. Oh, well, the current kind of sweeps you up. This is the gimmick of this room. There's like a really high current, so you kind of get swept up. But if you just swim over and use the iron boots to land right here, and then you go like this, you should be completely fine. You can also just hook shot to the wall from there. And then we're going to take out our long shot, or not long shot, our hook shot. We're going to shoot this. And I'm not even going to bother with you guys. You guys aren't even worth my time. So we can get our second small key, which is important. And yes, again, it is a timed puzzle because, again, this temple is incredibly obsessed with timed puzzles for some reason. I don't know why. None of them are difficult, but there's just a lot of timed puzzles. So we're going to run through and we're just going to head back because you don't got to worry about the current on your way back. That clam has determined... Can I... Please, game, I would like to exit. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I remember the first time I played this room was annoying on the N64. This entire temple is kind of annoying on the N64 in all, oops, I keep pulling out my bombs. In all regards, this temple can be super annoying on the N64 because you have to constantly open the menu to equip your iron boots. It's not just an item like in the 3DS version, which in my opinion was the absolute best change aside from... Can we just take a moment to appreciate how good this game looks? Like, am I the only one? Like, this game, in my opinion... Oh, oops, I forgot how this works. So yeah, we need your iron boots and you're gonna hook shot on the wall right there. I forgot about that. Like, this game looks better than some modern games released now, which I just think is kind of funny. The 3D remake is just absolutely excellent. And I don't believe there's anything in this direction. No, there is. We should definitely go here. This is, I believe, where we get the compass, which we will grab. And that's another thing, kind of the big thing here. No, we actually are going to completely ignore this room because this is later. This is where we will get the boss key, so we're going to completely ignore that area. It is not important. I just had to double check. I'm going to go around and we're going to go up here and enter this locked door. Make sure you go in here. It's not possible to screw yourself over, so don't worry about that. Like if you open the door back there, you're not screwed. Don't worry about that. But it is a waste of time. Just remember, you are completely okay if you do that. You are not screwed. Where is the... little thing to hookshot to? There it is. I was trying to hookshot to the wrong one. Oh, crap. Ouch! That hurt! I'm gonna hookshot on this link. Can you please grab onto the platform, though? What do we need to... We need to be hookshotting it from back here. Go here. Hookshot up. Link, please. Thank you. There we are. And we're gonna play the water song. We're gonna play the... Bro, I'm so bad at the Ocarina in this game. It was so much easier in the original. Like, letters, too complicated, man. It's like the person who added letters to math. Please, I would like to meet you, and I would have a word with you. I mean, I guess in theory they make them easier, and I guess when you really think about them, they do. But I ain't gonna admit that. So we're gonna drop down here. All the way. Don't miss this. There's two small keys that are super freaking easy to miss, and this is one of them. Like, this one is crazy easy to miss. If you're not paying really close attention, because you're just gonna, like, I mean, the game basically shows you it's there, but it still feels, can I turn on to these guys, please? It still feels unnaturally easy. Oops. Still feels really easy to, can we please shoot these guys? No, oh my goodness, this game sometimes. The hookshot's annoying. I'm not really sure why they made it so if you hit the hookshot again, like mid-shot, it comes back. I mean, ain't no one actually does that, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone does. There's nothing up here, by the way. I have checked. Thankfully. I just had to double check every time I play this game. You always gotta double check those little secret entrances. And here is the next key of the run, This is the next key, and now we have two, which you know what that means. We can open another unlocked door. Basically, you're gonna have two for the whole temple, because there's the one key at the very bottom that we need for the boss key, and it's just good to make sure you've got them before you do anything. Because if you haven't, then it's an absolute pain to do basically anything. We're going to swim all the way up, and we're going to go through the door, and we're going to get one more small key, bringing our total to 3. So we can go up here, and we're going to jump around. You may notice there's a gold Skulltula in this room. You can just completely ignore it. There's absolutely no way to access it. We're going to drop all the way down. You guys are annoying. And go back to the room that Princess Ruto was chilling in, which is back here. Yes, it is. We're not going to lower the water level. We'll just make sure you don't miss this small key. When I first played the temple, this was a small key I missed, and it's just incredibly easy to miss, and it's almost a bit annoying. You may have noticed a little breakable wall just sitting right here, and yeah, you guessed it, we gotta bomb it. This is just easy to miss because it's only accessible when the water's at the second, and it's kind of easy to not come back down here. And then maybe you're going to raise it up to the 3rd level, and then you're screwed, and then everything is all annoying. But we know better. So make sure you don't miss this. Pretty easy to miss in general. This temple, I don't know how long this temple is. I was thinking of splitting my videos in half, but the more I think about it, the more I go, isn't that just kind of annoying? Right? Like, we can also completely ignore that for now. Like, isn't it kind of annoying when you're doing a walkthrough to have 2 parts? Like, does that make it easier or more difficult? Because if it's easier for people to follow, I will gladly change it. Make sure you go in this room because we got to get the compass. I will gladly make it 2 parts if that's easier to follow. Because if it is easier to follow, then well, then better video for you guys, right? Am I right? Yeah. Throw a bomb there, and the reason we did that is because this timer is like, it's literally a second. So the easiest, I think, is to just throw a bomb. You can also just use the hook shot, but I always found that a bit janky because it, because like you gotta go out of the hook shot, and sometimes you're facing the wrong direction. So I like to just use a bomb, but either or works. So yeah, if it's easier to people follow along by having 2 parts, I'll do 2 parts. I always just liked it when it's split into 1, and then I just skip around the video. Granted, I don't use walkthroughs a lot. I've never used it for... I've used it for a Zelda game once. I think it was the water temple from from Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is my second favorite Zelda game. It's just that temple, man. I struggled so much. I was stuck on that for so long that I kind of just got sick of it. Anyway, we're going to head through here, and we're going to use one of our 3 small keys, which will bring us to this room. We're going to go in here, and we're going to shoot this. Believe we can hit. Yes, it does hit. It's very nice. And we're going to go up on the elevator, because basically we're trying to... Ouch. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, you can jump attack with the big Oran sword, which is 4 times the damage of, Oh, I did... Sir! I need to get up there. You can jump attack with the Goron Sword, which is 4 times the damage of the Master Sword, which is a little bit crazy. But Goron Sword by itself is already really freaking strong. So honestly, if they just remove the jump attack, that'd probably make it more balanced, but whatever. So don't get knocked off by one of the jumpy boys, because then you're going to have to come all the way back up. You would perish for your sins. And we're going to head through here. And this is the final final area where we raise the water. Now it's basically just, the rest of this dungeon from this point is really easy. If you're getting a gold Skulltula, there is one that's a little bit annoying, but for the most part, pretty easy. This is going to raise it to the max level, and we're going to jump down. Please make it. You guys are so annoying. We're not heading... Well, we can't head there yet. And, you guys are incredibly annoying, aren't you? Link, I need you to go onto the platform. Thank you. Don't hit me off. Don't hit me off. Okay, that works. You will still die, though. And I do not believe we are going in this direction yet. We are heading there. Oh, actually, is that the direction we are going? No, we are going right here. But we will head back... That is the... Nope, that's the way we gotta head. I'm just looking at the map right now. So we're gonna go back here. You can't actually make that jump. We're gonna go up. And through here, which will bring us to a chest. Oh, no, sorry. This does not bring us to a chest. This is actually hyper important, right. So you know the block we initially pushed? Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything here. Well, you're gonna have to pull it. And if you don't pull it... I mean, I can just show you what's back here. There isn't actually anything back here that we need to get yet. This is something we can't do yet, which is important. But you basically have to push this, or sorry, you have to pull this now, or you're not going to be able to get the key future on, and you're going to have to backtrack. So make sure you do both situations of the box. Just come over here and do that, or else you're going to have to do it all over again. And that's, I think it's the same one. It might, I don't think it's the one we pushed. It might have been the one we pushed, and if it is, that's pretty funny. But now we are going to progress to the locked area, and as you can see, 2 small keys. You need exactly 2 small keys to do this, which is very important. So make sure you got both your small keys. Make sure you... I need to stop pulling out the bomb, man. Get rid of these keys, and basically, we're going to be playing Spider-Man. We cannot hit that gold Skulltula yet, so you can basically completely ignore it. And now we will play Spider-Man, and we will hookshot our way up the platforms, basically as like an escalator thing. I have no idea how the platform... you know what? We don't question science, because science is always right, even when it's way too confusing. And we're going to use our second small key to open this door so we can continue on. And this is one of the most annoying puzzles in the dungeon. Basically, hit the switch and then hit the switch again. It's... I mean, if I'm being honest, and if you get stuck on this puzzle, I don't really know what to say to you, because it's one of the most brain-dead puzzles in the game. Just hookshot your way through. Pretty simple. It's kind of difficult to get stuck on. You can climb on this dragon's head, by the way, if you didn't already tell. You're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna go up here, and we're gonna hit it again. You can really stop pausing the game now by this point. Game, I've done this 5 times. Let me do this again. And it raises us, yeah. So pretty straightforward. You guys can solve this. You're smart cookies. You can understand what's going on here. We're gonna hookshot up here. I swear. Okay, that was close. Ignore the like. And this